G'day mates, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video is a bit more of a sad one. We have to talk about the announcement of NRG Zayt to step away from competitive Fortnite. He will be retiring and no longer playing in competitive tournaments. If you've been watching competitive Fortnite from the beginning or even recently, you know how big of a deal this is. Zayt is one of the all-time absolute legends of competitive Fortnite, has been placing consistently since the very start. But I don't want to focus all just on the sadness. I want to talk about what this means for competitive Fortnite, and is this now going to be a trend of top tier pros and people moving away from competitive Fortnite and retiring? But I want to focus on some of the positives as well, because I don't think that's being talked enough about. In Zayt's announcement, he talked about how he's going to be moving into content creation. He's going to be streaming scrims, streaming tournaments, and doing kind of like VOD review guide videos on YouTube. And this is phenomenal for the community. Most of you guys who watch my videos, you came here for guide content. You want to keep up to date with what's going on. What better than one of the best players in the world to teach you how to play Fortnite as well? So I wanted to make sure that gets addressed too, because everyone's been focusing on the negatives and being really sad about what this means for Fortnite. I'm very, very excited to see what this means for Zayt and Fortnite going forward, because there's never really been a top tier, best of the best pro making consistent guide content on how to improve as a player. But in case you missed the announcement, in case you don't know what's going on at all with Zayt, I want to play a little bit of the announcement that he made just so you know exactly what's going on.
What I'm gonna be doing feels really weird to say, especially coming from someone like me, is I'm gonna stop competing in Fortnite. So I'm gonna stop playing tournaments. I'm gonna stop playing scrims. What am I gonna do then, is your question. I'm gonna become kind of like a coach, analyst, mentor type thing, streamer, content creator type of stuff. I don't know how to call that yet. You guys will see. I'm not going to be a private coach.
So as you can see there, Zayt sums it up pretty well. And if you want to watch the VOD, if you want to get the whole explanation, it was about 10 or so minutes long. It's on Zayt's Twitch channel. It's twitch.tv/Zayt. I'll put in the description down below. Again, make sure you follow it. If you want to get some of this premium guide content and some of these viewing parties and stuff, make sure you check him out. The whole VOD's there explaining what it is. He goes through everything. He just is stepping away from playing competitively. He's not stepping away from competitive as far as the community and making content. And that's what's huge for you, me, and everyone else. Elite scrims are still going to run under Zayt, which is awesome, because I genuinely don't think there's anyone in the community that can run the NA pro scene other than Zayt. You need someone to be the dictator, and Zayt is perfect for that. And the content he's going to make sounds super exciting. But I know the next question you're going to ask is why is Zayt, quitting competitive? And the answer is he just doesn't enjoy it anymore. You can watch the whole VOD if you want, but to summarize it, he's always played games competitively. He's always enjoyed getting better, not just really enjoyed playing games for fun. But Fortnite was the first game he enjoyed just having fun with friends. He then got into competitive and the game was fun, plus added on top, he enjoyed just being better. But for a while now, he just hasn't enjoyed competitive, and he started to realize that he would really enjoy streaming and making content. He thought he didn't enjoy streaming because he just doesn't enjoy streaming playing Fortnite, but now moving into more of this kind of coach, guide, viewing party role, he'll enjoy it a lot more. So I'm all for it. I think it's super exciting for Zayt, and like I said in the intro, I think he's going to fill a role that is massive inside the community, which he touched on as well. There's no one out there really making guide content with the breadth of knowledge that he has and the placements to back it up to know he knows what he's talking about. So I'm super all for it. I know a bunch of people already today. I did a stream. I was doing a viewing party of scrims like I always do, and I had so many people making jokes and asking questions. Zayt's gonna kill your stream. Zayt's gonna kill your content. How do you feel? And honestly, I couldn't be more excited. The more eyes that are on competitive Fortnite and having a pro step into this role that's going to genuinely help people from his point of view, who's played and consistently plays in the past, is huge. The more eyes on competitive Fortnite and the better everyone gets as a community only makes me happier. Make sure you do go and subscribe to Zayt's YouTube channel as well. I'll put in the link in the description down below. Unfortunately, he put on Twitter he's having some issues with two-factor authentication. He's locked out of the YouTube. I'm actually trying to help him get access to it back as well. So make sure you subscribe to his channel. The link's in the description down below. I only wanted to mention how it kind of affects me because I know people are going to ask me and I know people are going to freak out. And you guys know me, I hate being involved in the drama. So I just wanted to make sure that I make that abundantly clear that I'm going to support Zayt, and I think the whole community should, in what he's moving forward with wholeheartedly. It is going to be so much better for the community and everyone involved with what Zayt's doing with this decision. What this has obviously led everyone to talking about and what it's moved the community towards is everyone freaking out that this is the death of Fortnite. This is what we've all been predicting. This is what I talked about in my video, that if the prize money drops and things keep going the way they are, we are going to start to lose some of these big names that over time will just diminish until that will be the death of Fortnite. And while I know that I'm someone who talked about that and I kind of predicted that this would happen, we haven't seen the FNCS prize pool announced yet. And even Zayt was in my stream today when we were talking about this topic, was saying that everyone's being a little bit dramatic. His is different. It's not just the prize pool or anything like that. Zayt's been doing this for so incredibly long, and it was just his time to step aside. And I have to agree. I'm thinking, like a lot of people are, that hopefully the prize money is going to be taken away from Cash Cups and put into a much beefier FNCS, which would be super exciting. I don't think Zayt retiring is this massive wake-up call and sign to Fortnite, because when you think about it, Epic Games yet again is winning out from this. Zayt is now going to make more content and bring more eyes onto competitive Fortnite, even though they're now spending less money on the tournament. So do I think this is a giant wake-up call for Epic? Not really. Do I think this is a sign of things to come? Again, not really. I can see this sentiment right now. I made a tweet today saying that the community just genuinely does feel so deflated right now. We had Cash Cup prize pool get announced. It wasn't what we were expecting. We have no solo tournaments, and we only have one Cash Cup every 2 weeks. Then we have one of the biggest names and most respected people in the community retire. It does just kind of feel like everyone's a little bit low right now. I hope we get a big FNCS announcement soon or something to pick everyone's spirits back up. I don't think this is this massive decline in competitive like everyone's thinking. But again, it's not a great sign when one of the most competitive players, the one that had that, win it all mentality, decides to retire. What's the aftermath of though? What does this mean for competitive going forward? Not just as a community, but the players, because Zayt's retired. That's one of the biggest players in the scene and on one of the biggest and best teams, and now they're without a third, so things have already been shaken up. We all saw this coming. This is now going to be the big snake season. This happens every season. Someone moves region. We had Center and Edgy come to East last time. Someone quits, someone leaves the team, and there's this massive ripple effect that affects all the other teams. Started off with none other than the World Cup champ Bugha. Bugha is now going to be playing with Saf and Stretch, filling the role of Zayt, which has now left Mero and Jampa without a teammate, without a third. I thought this was going to lead to so many teams stepping up, snaking. Everything was going to go crazy. A lot of people predicted that Commandment would actually go and play with Stretch and Saf, and that would leave Center and Edgy without a third. Stretch is now looks like he's actually not going to be playing with Commandment at all. He now announced that he's going to be duoing with Saf as well. And if you went to Stretch's Twitch throughout any of the last few weeks or months and you did his duo command, it did always say Commandment, but it had the what we thought was a bit of a joke, which was, but I'll play with Saf if Zayt dies or something like that, or Zayt quits. So it looks like Stretch did have it in his mind that if Zayt ever stepped out of the scene, Saf was his go-to duo, and that looks like it's coming to fruition. So as far as the knock-on ripple effect, it kind of stops there. Miro and Jampa now don't have a third, and that's it. They can't find one. I was talking to him in stream today. Mero stopped by and he asked me, and I was just having a chat with him. Hey, mate, who's going to be the third? And he said they haven't really got any great offers yet. My prediction, if you had to ask for one, there's no way to know. I could see maybe Riversan leaving the Clicks team. I know that sounds brutal. This is one of the best teams I've seen Clicks on for a while, but I feel like Riversan is the kind of player that I could see moving to another team. I'm not going to try and say he's a snake, he's not loyal, all this drama. It's just Riversan's the one who really does want to compete. I feel like he's jumped around teams a few times and really played with so many different people. He'd be the kind of person that would now step into a new team that would then start this massive knock-on effect. But at this point, it looks like it stopped there. But Bugha, Saf, and Stretch is 100% confirmed. They are still going to be going Sweaty Sands, so nothing has really changed too much there. It's going to be what happens to Jampa and Miro now that decides everything. A lot of people were quite confused with this because obviously Bugha and Stretch have had a backwards and forwards kind of, up and down relationship. They've been one of the best duos of all time together, then had a bit of drama, split up, seems like they had some beef, but now they're back together. And it's left players like Avery asking questions like myself. Avery tweeted saying, it's been 3 hours and I'm still trying to figure out why Bugha snaked, LOL. Once a snake, always a snake. And then obviously underneath that replied with a tweet from Bugha from December 12th, 2020, where he said, I wish I had a set duo that I could just improve with in all game modes together, because if Stretch is now playing with Saf for duos, Bugha hasn't really found that. He's now left someone that he has played with a lot in the past, Jamper, and he's snaked on him to go with another team, which surely must be affecting their relationship as well. They're quite good friends. I don't know if it was on good or bad terms. I don't know how much of a heads up he gave them. I mean, it was the day of Zayt's announcement, so I have to imagine they didn't get a huge heads up. But again, we've got a few weeks till FNCS now. Do I think Bugha, Saf, and Stretch have potential? Definitely. You take two people that have played really well together in the past, Bugha and Stretch, you put them with two players who are playing insanely well now, Saf and Stretch, and you do have a recipe for success. A lot of people asking the same question, is Bugha as good of an IGL as Zayt? All those kind of questions. I don't think he needs to be. Zayt has obviously one of the biggest brains, one of the smartest minds in Fortnite, but so does Stretch and Saf. They've been playing together for so long. They know what they need to do. They don't need someone to lead them because they're just brainless players. They're both phenomenal in their own rights, and I think Bugha will fit well into that team. They played scrims today and they did phenomenally well. Bugha didn't actually stream it, so it's hard to say exactly, but I was seeing them in the end games a lot. They were placing very highly, especially for a team that's now just playing together. The first day of scrims when you've got a newly formed team is usually pretty rough. Alright guys, that does it for another video. My time of recording this, the update is about to go live for Fortnite, so that video is not going to come out tomorrow, which is when this video will be out. I'm sorry, being Australian makes it all a little bit weird, but I want to see the update come out. I really want to try it out properly because it looks like we might be getting a new shotgun. If it warrants its own video, I will have that for you guys tomorrow as well, but I don't like to rush videos out. I don't want it to just get on, instantly make this video about Zayt to try to break the news first, and then instantly rush out a shotgun video on the new season. I want to make good content for you guys that I've taken the time to make, so that video is probably going to come tomorrow if the update looks like it's going to need its own video. So I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please chuck a like on it. Let me know in the comment section down below, are you excited for this new content coming from Zayt? Do you think it's going to be as good as what I think it's going to be? If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.